Hi, so today in maths we're going to be adding numbers using a volcano that I've made and playing a bit of a game. I'm going to explain it to you as we go along because that's a much easier way for me to do it for you. So let's get playing. So to play this game you are going to need to make a volcano out of cardboard. I've just cut a piece of cardboard here. I've made 2 tubes out of red card and a bit of yellow card stuck at the top to represent the lava flow of the volcano. We also have two rocks that are going to come down the volcano and onto our pieces of paper here, where I have 3 sections. On those 3 sections I will put a card which I'm going to use my Uno deck for. I have also included in there the wild card from the Uno deck, and I will explain what that is for as well. So let's get started. So basically, to start, player 1 needs to pick 3 cards. So I will pick the top 3. I've picked an 8, which will go there. I have picked a 7, which will go in the second after the first line. And I have picked a 5, which will go last. So wherever my boulder lands, that represents how many points I will earn this go. So first time round, player 1 goes first. I can move my volcano as well, which might help how far the boulder travels. So my first one, I'm going to go with that one, and that has landed here. So it's actually just on the 7, although it's landed on the carpet. So my first number is 7. My second go, oh, and I've landed on the 8. So I have 7 plus 8, and that equals 7 plus 8 equals 15. If you said 15, well done. So I am currently on 15. Now, player 2 now gets to go. Player 2 will use the same cards to make it fair. But for player 2, I'm going to move the volcano slightly higher up. So player 1 goes first. The player takes their first go. And that has landed on number 8. I'm going to have my second go. And that has landed on number 7. So player 2 has an 8 and a 7, which is exactly the same as what I had for player 1. So that equals 15 also. So that's the first round. After the first round, we are player 1 and player 2 are even. So I'm going to remove these cards, and then I'm going to add 3 more. Player 2 can get to choose these ones. The first one is number 9. The second one is the wild card, and I will explain to you in a second what we will do with that. And the third one is number 2. So the wild card, if you land on the wild card, you will get to choose whichever card is next on the deck of cards. So let's see if that happens. So first of all, I'm going to go first. I'm going to do my first boulder. Oh, and that's landed on the wild card. So I will now pick the next card, which is a 2. So I have 2 for my first number. I'm going to have my second go. Okay, so I'm going to do my second go, and I'm going to pop it in there. And where do I land? I've landed on the number 9. So for player 1, sorry, that is a 2 and a 9. 2 plus 9 equals 11. So I'm currently on 11 points for round 2. So the next one will be exactly the same cards. So player 2 will now go and take the first one. So that goes to number 9. And then the next one, that's also landed on 9. So 9 and 9 equals 18. So I'm going to play one final round just so that you've got an idea of what we're doing. So the next thing, we will remove these cards and add 3 more. 7, 0, and 1. Okay. So again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the volcano for my next go and see whether or not that makes any difference as to where my boulder lands. And that has landed on number 7. My second one, I'm going to try that one again, has landed on a 0. So 7 plus 0 equals 7. The next one, player 2 gets to go. So player 2 will take their first shot. That is 0. And their second. And that has landed on 7. So player 2 is 7 plus 0 equals 7. Now I've played 3 rounds, I'm going to add up the totals and see who the winner was. Okay, so here is the scoreboard. The totals are Miss K, which was player 1, had 33 points, and Little Miss K, player 2, had 40 points. So Little Miss K, player 2, who was the winner of that game because they scored more than player 1. Okay, so have fun with that. Go away, play it. You don't have to build a volcano like I did, but you can certainly play the adding game using Uno cards. Enjoy.